the chicken factory.
Yeah.
It was like, it was. Your Vietnam, Vietnam, Vietnam.
Hundreds of chicken feet is probably the worst mistake of my life. It was just sad. It was like paralysing my brain, watered down blood just pissing out. It genuinely changed my fucking aspect on the world, mate.
He's not smiled since the incident.
Bit tough that biscuit, man.
A very special episode today.
So this is our little sort of, excuse me, I've got a squeaky chair. This is our little wild card episode, wasn't it? I mean, we sort of had to. I wouldn't have minded saving it a bit longer, but you know, we sort of led on to it at the end of the last one. Well, why not do it now?
But this topic is sort of why we started this, isn't it? That's what we were talking about.
It was something that we definitely wanted to do, like a part 1 and part 2 on, you know, for them extra clicks. But yeah, I mean, the chicken factory, the halal chicken factory, halal chicken factory. You know, make a note of that. Halal.
Very respectful of the animals.
I mean, I probably shouldn't. I shouldn't say the name of the factory, probably, should I?
No, probably not.
Basically, if you looked up halal chicken factory Preston, you'll find it straight away. Not, you know what I mean? It's been in the Preston Daily News and that for what do you call it? Like, because it employed loads of foreign people and stuff.
Oh, right.
So getting paid cash in hand, and they got raided by tax people and that. Anyway, but yeah, fucking. Where should we start, mate?
Well, I've got a few questions.
You've got a few. Let me set the scene, mate. Let me set the feelings. What was going on with me at the time? Because I feel like that would add to it a bit.
Yeah.
You know how it made it more shit, like how it made it more dreadful. Basically, we're going back to November 2016 here, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in for an interview at a electrical firm in Preston. Obviously, won't name names again. I don't work there anymore, but got there, got to the interview. They're like, "Yeah, we'll take you on." It's like, right, well, I've got, I'm having an ear operation. I was having an ear operation. I was at college, so if I started that year, I'd only been in for like 2 weeks or something like that, because I needed like 2 weeks off for the operation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry, mate. Can I get a drink?
Yeah, all right.
We need to fucking get ourselves properly sorted.
Transition.
Okay.
Got biscuits as well.
Got biscuits.
Yeah, what was I saying? Right. So yeah, they took me on. I was like, right, fucking buzzing. New job. I was like, right, get through this year. I'd also had a few shitty things happen to me. Like, yeah, I was let go from another job. Some other bollocks.
It was a pretty shit time.
Yeah,
for you.
Just overall, mate.
Overall, yeah.
But anyway, so I had this operation, some other things. I had college. But I was also seeing a girl from Preston as well.
Yeah.
Someone I was seeing for quite a while. And so I was like, fucking, this is fucking great, this, fucking getting a job in Preston. I get to see her more. Like, fucking brilliant. New year, new job and that, Anyway, I stopped seeing her just before Christmas. I'm like, fucking hell. Like, you remember me, I was like fucking devastated. So we start this job. I'm just not motivated for it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm having to travel to Preston every day on the train, out my own money. It's just, it was just hard, you know. It was quite
Yeah.
a big step for me, you know. I'd hardly been on a train in my life on my own or out. So, anyway, I start this job. Coming to the office for 8 o'clock. I'm like, right, you're going to the chicken factory with the other electrician. Like, right, fuck hell. Chicken factory, fuck me. You know what I mean? I was like, Christ. So we've turned up, it's pitch black, it's cold, you know, it's first day back at on a January, you know, with fucking, you know, it's a bit miserable, you know what I mean? And I pull up and it's just this big, I'll always remember the noise.
The noise.
It wasn't necessarily a loud, it was quite loud, but it wasn't the loudness, it was just like some of the noise, like, there was always alarms going off, and it's like, for the washers and stuff, I'll always remember the smell of the place, like the fucking, just the everything, mate. It's just like, I don't know. There's just so many weird aspects.
Unique experiences.
It was summer. It genuinely changed my like fucking aspect on the world, mate. You know what I mean? Like it was quite something. Anyway, rock up and like getting the tour of the place, and it's like a big refurb of the upstairs. They're basically just making upstairs. And we're doing some bits downstairs as well, like putting lights up. It was quite a big job. I was there for about four or 5 months or something, you know. So it was quite a big one. But it was just, what else was there? There was
So what kind of work were like you doing?
I was doing electrical work, but it wasn't industrial, it was commercial work. So putting lights up, you know, just very general sort of electrical installation work. I weren't putting in big fucking mains cables, like. And funnily enough, we'll get onto that actually, but people from my old company who'd let me go come and did the mains and all that there, and I saw them all again. Yeah, I saw all of them all again, and I was like, I was always very friendly with the guys there, like the people I worked with. I didn't get on with the boss so much. I mean, like when he saw me, he went, "Jamie." I was like, "John." Fucking just that was it. Like anyway, yeah. So there, and you can imagine I'm fucking, you know, going through this fucking breakup. I've had this fucking ear operation. And I'm turning up to work. It's the first time I've been at work for a while as well, a couple of months. And, you know, it's cold, it was raining, and it was just a bit miserable, you know what I mean? Like, this fucking thing, I was so excited. I was so excited about this job because of this girl I was seeing in Preston. I was like, fucking
well, it all seems like it's all sort of aligning.
I feel like it was coming together a bit.
It's all coming together and it all just sort of misses, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just, you know,
I know.
that was the story of my life for, like, ever since I left school, wasn't it? Yeah,
really.
I think you'd agree with that.
Definitely. Like. You've had a bit of a shit time.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, what was, like, the first sort of experience you had at the place where you realised, like when you're watching a horror film or something, and it's, like, the first thing that goes wrong? The first, like, little foreshadowing, I suppose, of, like, what's to come in a way. What was that?
First day, mate, honestly.
Yeah.
Fucking just after lunch. Thank fuck. What was I doing? I was putting a bit of trunking up for these cables. And I just saw on the floor, like, bits of chicken. I couldn't tell you what part of the chicken they were. It was like they'd just been swept to the side. I was just like, what the fuck is that? What is that? I was just looking at it like, what? Is this what, like, you know, this whole New Year, New Start thing? I'm fucking rocking up at a chicken factory in the pitch black, looking at fucking indescribable bits of chicken on the floor. And I was just like, is this my new start, this? You know what I mean? It was pretty fucking, you know. That was my first sign of, like, wow, that's pretty grim.
Yeah.
God, I've seen a lot worse though. Yeah. Because I tell you what, it was pretty fucking rough in there. We didn't eat our lunches in there.
Well, I guess you couldn't. Yeah.
But there was brew rooms and that.
Yeah.
But all the workers sat in there.
Really?
So they're all touching fucking raw chicken. Apparently they all sat in the brew room for like the first week,
Yeah.
and they all got a bit ill.
Really?
So we were always sitting in the wholesalers just down the road from there. They let us sit in there because we were buying equipment for it.
Well, that sort of proves it, doesn't it? If they're going in there, and those guys working there must have like acclimatized. They must have immune systems that are like hyper developed to deal with that. They're probably like medical marvels.
Yeah, I never liked going in that brew room. I hated it. I don't know what it was. Something weird about it. You walked in there. If you weren't like Asian,
Yeah.
if you're a white fella not wearing this outfit,
Yeah.
you got looked at a bit funny.
Yeah,
Like,
really.
Yeah, it was
like
very
that?
strange place. I remember everyone drinking energy drinks in there as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. What
You've
sort
got to be
of
a
hours
bit part
they
of
were
the
doing,
culture, I suppose.
Yeah, I've got some. I remember some pretty good facts actually, but we'll try and go as chronological as we can, and then we'll just fucking blitz it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but yeah. What else? What else? But to be honest, the work itself I enjoyed, like, because it was commercial work. There's putting a lot of conduit in, just wiring stuff.
Yeah.
Just the circumstance was pretty fucking, extreme. Like,
Well, yeah, you're sort of in a way you're not involved with the actual process, are you?
No.
You're just sort of there. So I guess, I mean, shit. In a way, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
You could just straight up get a job working processing them.
Mate, I saw the same guy every morning I walked in that place. Don't know what his name was, but I always said hello to him because we walked through the back
Yeah.
of the factory. And it was always just the same guy. I think he was like Bulgarian or something like that. There was loads of like Eastern Europeans, Asians,
Yeah.
I saw one white fella, like actually just a white lad there. And saw him, so he must be there every morning. I always said hello to him when I walked in.
Yeah, so he's already there.
Pot washing, because when you walked in there was this big steamy room, like, and it was this massive dishwasher.
Yeah.
Well, not even, it wasn't a dishwasher, it was just like a crate washer where they put the chickens in and that.
Yeah.
I always remember the smell walking through there. Like, it wasn't like a smell that hit you and like, oh my god, it was just a really... The best way I can describe the smell is, that cheap, you get like cheap soap that's got like a tiny hint of lemon in it,
Yeah.
mixed with raw chicken.
Yeah.
That together, that's what the whole place just smelled like. I'll always remember it, like...
Yeah, no,
I
it's not when I
hate
was
it.
like, it's just like really strong, but it's just sort of everywhere.
Yeah,
It's like, you can't get away from it.
thing is though, you'd imagine a chicken factory dealing with raw meat would clean a lot. I saw him mop the floor 3 times my whole time there.
Jeez.
And honestly, I saw one first day there, maybe second day, I saw chicken fall off the crate, put it back in.
It's just not what you want to hear, is it?
And this place was supplying Asda, Marks and Spencers, not Tesco, I don't think, but quite big supermarkets and that. And it just shows you're getting the same shit. You know what I mean? Everywhere.
That's one little thing. I think it's a bit of an excuse for sort of vegetarianism. I think. I mean, as much as like I don't have a sort of problem with eating meat per se, but
The industry
is a bit fucked.
Oh, it put me off chicken for like a good few
I can
months.
imagine, yeah.
But I just had to eat chicken because
Yeah.
it was a massive part of my diet. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just remove a meat like chicken because you've just been in a factory. Like,
Well, it's not all that bad, is it? At
Yeah.
the end of the day, if there's nothing wrong with eating a chicken that you like. I mean, if like you had your own chickens, I'd feel fine eating those.
yeah.
It's it's just when the process like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only seen videos of it and what you told me, but
It's
got me thinking about it,
it's
certainly.
not nice. I'll tell you one thing I'll remember as well is these chickens come in big lorries, right? And you can see them in there, crammed into these little fucking cages. And I remember I was in the kill room once, just wiring one cage. Thank fuck it was just one. I was only in there for a bit. This was towards the end of the job, actually. And I was only, when I saw him, and it was just sad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, it's disgusting. It was, watching it was just sad, mate. It was like they were just fucking nothing. They come in, this big lorry, and they're not freaking out. It's almost like they just know that this is, this is where they die.
Else. They don't know.
They've been force-fed fucking steroids and that, and brought up in horrible conditions. They probably want to die, mate. You know what I mean? That's the honest truth of it. I just saw them getting these forklifts coming round, picking one set of cages up. There's probably about 8 in each lorry, something like that. Just picking them up, turning round onto this conveyor belt. Like how you get at airport security. It's a little bit like that, and that was it. And they've just gone through that, and that's where
So he said, kill room.
Yeah.
Is that what he sort of knew it as? Is it everyone referred to it as the kill room? Or was
there was actually a proper name for it. I can't remember it. Wow, what was it called now? It had a bit of a funny name, actually. But it was just the kill room, basically. It was.
There's no beating around the bush. It is what it is. Yeah.
No. I mean, it was. It was bad. I mean, I never actually saw with my own eyes, right in front of me, a chicken get killed. But what I did see I went up to the foreman's office of the factory.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. This guy was like the guy out of Chicken Run.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. He was like that guy. He's just a big fat fella, and you could tell he's a bit of a mean. He was all right to me, but we could tell he was a bit fucking numb to it all.
Yeah.
He just didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He'd sin shit. You know what I mean? Went up and he was flicking through his CCTV, and I just noticed out of the corner of my eyes, just fellas, they're coming round on the conveyor belts, hung from their feet, slash, 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 just one after the other, just fucking slash.
But
slash,
it's people
slash.
doing it, then. It's blokes.
Yeah, it's people doing it.
Jeez.
And this is what I'm saying about take note about halal. Halal is meant to be prepared the peaceful way of killing animals. There was nothing peaceful about what I saw in that place, mate. And they're also meant to say a prayer for every chicken.
Yeah.
I think they just had a CD on repeat.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I know about that. The whole point of the prayer is that it's basically you mutter it to the animal and to calm it down, isn't it? I think that's the sort of the point of it, really.
Yeah.
It's not so much the actual prayer; it is a practical thing.
Yeah.
For dealing with animal slaughter. Yeah. But they just sort of miss the point a little bit and just
they don't.
We can put a halal label on it so it'll sell more.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck, mate.
Well, I mean, I imagine working. I mean, Christ, can you imagine being the guys having to do that? That's just fucks it. And like you said, they've probably got some prayer CD.
Yeah.
Blaring 24/7 every day they go in for work. It's probably.
I remember walking into the place and just hearing these alarms, these roller shutter doors opening and closing.
Yeah.
I heard halal music, not halal music. You know what I mean?
But
prayer music.
Yeah.
And it was just a concoction of that.
Yeah.
Just hearing that all day, it fucking drove me mad, mate. It was just. I fucking don't know, mate. It is something else. It was really something else. Well.
So, how long did it take? You were there. How long were you there for? Actually, I think it was a couple of months. What did you say?
Bit tough, that biscuit, mate. I was there from January.
Oh, it's a caramel one.
Oh, was it a caramel one?
Yeah, I had that before. Yeah, I had that exact thing. I bit into it. I was like, Jesus, this is off. It's caramel. It sticks. So yeah, you were there for a few months, but I imagine over that period of time, sort of a lot changed. Did you ever feel like eventually, if you'd have stayed there, if you'd have been sort of forced to stay there, were you getting used to it? did you find yourself being okay with stuff that on your first day you probably would have freaked you out, but
thing is
you
though,
dealt with it better?
I feel like some people would have. I'm not very squeamish, and not a lot. Not saying this being big-headed, but not a lot phases me.
Yeah.
Like I can watch fucking the weirdest shit on the internet or whatever.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll just be like.
I know.
But yeah, some of the some of the stuff I saw, I like honestly, it really did make me fucking nose turn. Is that the right phrase? Is that the?
Yeah, I think turn your nose up.
Yeah, turn your nose up. It was like fucking hell. But yeah, I mean, I just got used to it, mate. I was never okay with it, but I would just, there was no point getting fucking bogged down by it. You know
There's
what I
nothing you
mean?
can do, is there?
Yeah. But it got to me for like the first month because I couldn't eat chicken. You know what I mean? Like the smell of chicken was just like sending me under. Like, it was really bad. But yeah, like, I just kind of got used to it, mate. I just sort of like, oh, there's a fucking foot on the floor. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Alright, well, to be fair, actually, that's one little thing. And well, in Hungary, they put chicken feet in the like stew,
really?
Yeah, they put chicken feet. Well, they scram them. I know, like I went around to eating dinner. It's fine. It's just some chicken feet bobbing about in the stew, and you pick them out and have a flipping chew. Apparently, the meat between the toes is quite nice.
Oh fuck!
So have a go at home.
No.
But
Speaking of chicken feet, actually,
go on.
I've got a story about chicken feet. Fucking hell! They cut the feet off, obviously,
Yeah.
right? And I saw, right. This is fucking. It was so funny, but so fucked at the same time. It was like paralysing my brain. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, fucking what was it? I was working with the electrician. Let's call him Bob, right? He's not called Bob, but working with him, and he was like, oh, head into that office and turn that breaker off.
Yeah.
I was like, right, no worries. Head into the breaker, head into the office. Nothing, it was just the same old people just carrying these pallets of chicken, prepared chicken for us. Like, right, nothing unusual. Walk into the office, shut the door, turn the breaker off. And this is literally seconds, this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've turned the breaker off, but it's like, bang, that's it, it's done. And then I was back out, opened the door, hundreds of chicken feet have been spilt all over the floor. I'm not joking you, mate. All over the fucking place. And these people are just like frantically gathering them up and putting them back in the boxes. I was like, what the fuck is going on? For fuck's sake.
But so like they just spilt them, like
It must have just fell over. Like they must have been saving them, building them up, and then putting them in these boxes.
And they were they scooping them up with their hands? And
I think so. Yeah, they were just going. No, before Max comes. Max was the boss there. Like he was. Fucking hell, fucking funny that.
Well, yeah,
I wish I took a picture of it. Like it was something else. That.
Something a bit chicken feet. Yeah, I bet that's weird, isn't it? They're not. They're quite unusual. Like I bet they look kind of weird, don't they?
Yeah, because fuck me. The whole place, mate. It was just a freak show. The whole place. The only normal place was upstairs, where most of the lads were.
Yeah.
That's where most of the work was getting done. So you were quite thankful for when you were actually like upstairs and that,
and away from it all. Yeah.
Away from it.
So I suppose then the question that I've been sort of saving what is the grottiest, most disturbing thing? The thing that like gives you Vietnam flashbacks, you know? It gives you PTSD.
There's two things, actually. The kill room was bad.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it wasn't fucking massively. It wasn't massively disgusting or anything. It was pretty bad. There was like loads of shit all over the floor, and like it smelt pretty horrendous.
Yeah.
But what? It's two things, right? To go to one of the toilets, you go through the maintenance room, through a door, and you're into a corridor. And on the left, there's the toilets. And this corridor's windowed, right?
Yeah.
And what you could see through this window was, you know, the chickens that had been killed.
Yeah.
You know, they're going round the conveyor belts, and there's a machine cutting the heads off.
You're right.
Yeah, like actually just, you know, as they're going along, it's taking their heads off one by one.
Quite a pace, I imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like, you know, do, you know, fucking chop, mate. Like, that was pretty horrific. Like, on the windowsills, there was just chicken heads and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Just well, what do they do? Because they don't want them, I guess.
fuck knows, mate. Probably the
Just
same
bin 'em.
as put them in a box and spill them somewhere.
So that
though.
spillage could have easily been fucking chicken heads, couldn't it? Could have
Can you
easily.
imagine, mate? I'd fucking scream.
Jesus Christ!
That would have given me PTSD. That.
You wake up in just a cold sweat. 20, like you're an old man. It's just like, oh, you're having nightmares about the war again. I've not been in a fucking war.
You wake up, you're just like, no. You're in bed wrestling around. No.
Fucking hell.
And the other thing, just generally, oh no, there's another thing as well. I've just remembered. Now this is hands down the worst, mate.
Yeah.
I'll say the thing that I was about to say, and then I'll say the thing which was definitely the most fucked thing I've
Go on.
seen.
We're on like 5 so far. So yeah, go on.
Well, I
I've
know,
got a top-
mate.
this
They're
is
all
top 5.
Top 5.
Clickbait right there. Boom.
Top 5 chicken factories of the week. Yeah, I don't even know what it was, mate. Right, but walk around the back, where I assume where these chicken heads are getting cut off, they're coming round into this new area, which was at the back. We didn't do too much work in there, thankfully, but this was the same day actually the chicken feet spilt out, because we were just focusing in one area
Yeah.
and getting out of there for like half a day or whatever it was. And what was it? It was fucking. I walked in and I was on the other side of where I was working with Bob. I can't remember what I was doing, to be honest. And I'm gonna try to explain what I saw, but but it might not come across like it makes sense.
Right.
It was just this massive metal container that was just on the side, filled up with like just this pink slime.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it wasn't lumpy or anything. It wasn't just like a load of leftover chicken or something.
No.
Like, it was like a slime, mate. It was like a sludge. I'm trying to find, because that's what it is. That's all it was. But seeing it, I was like, "What the fuck is
Yeah.
that?"
We-
Like,
I bet it's just something you can't identify. Is
it's
it?
just something. It's like not known to man. Whatever that was, whatever that was, nobody knew what it was. It was just kind of there, or both. It was just there, fucking like what. You know, you get like the new lads coming in. They're like, "What's that thing?" You're just like, "We don't know. It's been there for years."
It's not strawberry ice cream.
Someone tried it. It's definitely not.
Oh, Jesus. But it was just sat there in a tub. There wasn't like anything fed into it or like doing
No,
anything with
mate.
it.
No, honestly, it was just this metal container. Like it was like a cylinder.
Yeah.
Just there. I just fucking don't. I just filled up with this pink shite, mate. I just don't. It was so weird. Fucking hell. And also in that room there was just like kidneys, fucking everything on the floor, just getting, with people just standing on them and that,
Just on the floor though.
Like. Yeah. Just didn't give a fuck, that place, mate. Like, I actually remember a health and safety woman come round and my e-cig was on charge. We had like a little extension running to where our little brew area was, next to a microwave.
Right.
And she come up to us and she was like, "Does anyone know who that e-cigarette is next to the microwave?" I was like, "Oh, it's mine." Like, why? And that's a health and safety risk, that. And we all just kind of looked at her like, "Have you seen this fucking place? Have you seen this fucking place, mate? It's fucking e-cig on charge."
E-cig.
And she's fucking going out of her way to tell us that that's a health and fucking safety risk.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? It just goes to show how like fucking mental people can get about it.
I don't know
like,
what it was. I don't know whether she was just scared to confront this guy or whatever it was. Like, she was too. I don't know if she was just scared to confront the big boss and like say this place is fucking shambles or something. And she just kind of picked out something to report.
Yeah,
you know
just
what I
to
mean?
look
Like,
busy. Yeah.
I don't know what. She's just fucking deluded. Well,
That's mad, though, isn't it? I mean, maybe she's just blind to it, but like, there's just kidneys and shit on the floor, and there's all this going on. And there's like accidents like chicken feet getting just splattered everywhere.
Yeah.
That's just normal. Like,
I'll
and
tell you
that's-
something.
How? I mean, what's even fucking dangerous about an e-cig being put on charge? I can't even think.
I
what
think
would
it was
happen.
something to do with being next to a microwave.
What?
I don't know, Cliff. I don't know.
What?
I don't know, mate. I'll tell you something funny I did see.
Right.
Like, properly fucking funny. They had a big loading area with these boxes of packed chickens and that. They'd been wrapped in cling film. They were ready to get shipped.
Yeah.
And I suppose you call it the loading bay, because there was like little ramps for the lorries and to get them in there. And I'd shit you not, these things are stacked quite high, probably about as tall as us, something like that, quite high up, about 2 meters are probably stacked. And I saw there was two people pulling it through, and like they were trying to manoeuvre it, and this stack of fucking chickens fell on one of them. Fucking, they just say like, help. And we were in this little office area and we were just in tears laughing. Like, we couldn't believe what we'd just seen.
Well, I suppose that's one of those things. Do you think maybe like if you'd have seen that on your first day, it would have freaked you out a little bit? 'Cause-
Seeing that,
Yeah. 'Cause
I'd have probably just found it still funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, it wasn't disgusting.
Was it chicken, like live chickens?
It wasn't live chicken. No, it was
Yeah.
chicken that had been prepared. And
Oh,
ready
right,
to
okay.
go.
That's not too
Like,
bad, is it?
yeah.
No.
It wasn't just.
That's fair enough. That is quite funny. I mean, it could have been. Again, it just seems like a lot of these occasions, it almost feels like you've got the lucky end of it in a way.
Yeah.
It could have been chicken heads. That guy could have been buried in
Chicken feet.
livers and all sorts of
That pink slime.
Fucking. What would you have fucking done if you were just walking past that like barrel of pink slime, and I don't know, just like a fucking eyeball rose to the surface?
Oh, like a human.
Yeah,
eyeball.
just like someone just drowned in it. That would scar you for life, wouldn't it? That would fuck you up.
I'd fuck it. I'd had a mental breakdown. Mate,
That's one thing. Like the lesson I suppose to be learned of this. If you use your imagination, there's always ways things could be fucking worse. You know what I mean? There's always like you've always had a real shit time and like a real sort of weird, a couple of weird experiences working at that place.
Yeah.
But like, you can always go further down the rabbit hole, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you got to imagine what it's like working there as one of those workers. You know?
It was
They're still there, you know.
oh yeah, it was
They'll have
fucking
come home from their shifts just now.
No, they won't. They're done. It's a 24-hour chicken factory.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
I think 24-hour during the week. Saturdays like till 6 or something like that. Then Sundays I think is off, or it's a half day. So it's just people who'll be there, just working 12 hours a day probably, just cleaning pots, not pots, but you know, like these trays and trays and that. I'll tell you another thing.
Telling people not to plug the bloody e-cigs in.
I don't know, yeah. Fucking Jesus. This dishwasher fella, you know, doing this industrial fucking cleaning. I tell you, that was pretty grim. That I saw it whenever it would come out. It was just like little bits of chicken and that in the raw chicken just there around the area and where it had just been soaked down and that, and it was just getting reused. Like they had loads of the baskets outside, and they, you know, you pick up a basket. Sometimes it's quite handy for carrying things. Yeah. Get one and just be like I said, just a kidney in there, or something, you know, just a bit of shit in there, you know.
And but that's going to be used again, is it?
Oh yeah, damn right it is. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, of course it is. It was fucking unbelievable.
That's
that
fucked.
Place. Yeah. Honestly, it just did not give a fuck. Like,
no,
I just didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, things like that though, it always needs, like, it happens, doesn't it? You get sort of cycles of things. People they probably stop giving a shit, and it needs someone to come and sort of reform it a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, because it got raided by police, I think, for tax charges and that. I'll tell you some interesting statistics on that place that I heard. They go through 100 and they package and get rid of, you know, export. Yeah. 120,000 chickens a day. That
day?
Point. Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. That
is a lot, mate.
I mean, that's going to be a good. That seems like a good chunk of what Britain consumes, isn't it? If really, how much chicken does everyone eat a day on average? Probably like people probably have chicken every other day sometimes, don't they? Yeah,
but you got to think it's also all the supermarkets. Apparently, they do. They supply to 90% of but the majority of takeaways in the Preston and Blackpool area, the halal takeaways. Yeah. What was another one? I think the turnover is 90 million a year.
Oh shit! Yeah. Well, that's a lot. I think that's possibly more than where I work even.
Yeah.
Bloody hell! Well, yeah, I guess it's big. It is big business, isn't it? It's
don't.
120 odd thousand. That's a lot of chicken. That's a lot of.
Yeah, because a lot of big contracts as well, like, you know, like Asda and that. What else? The boss's cars. I think one had a Bentley Continental. That was the big boss that, and all the brothers ran it as well. I think one had an Audi RS7, and one had like a Jag. I can't remember what Jag it was. It was a nice Jag. It was a 17 plate. Yeah. What else was they have? There was another Bentley sort of car as well. Like, it's fucking.
Bloody hell.
It honestly changed my view on the world. That place. Well, it really did.
Yeah, you got a lot of life experience condensed into a few months worth, didn't you?
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
That pink slime is symbolic of the condensed dose of life that you got, isn't it? In a way.
Yeah, I suppose so, mate.
Where most people just sort of get a bit of water, a bit of life just sort of wafts at them like a sort of smell. You got a big barrel full of pink slime in your face.
This is hands down, like, the worst thing I saw. Yeah. It was sort of towards the end of the job. We're working upstairs in an area I hadn't really sort of been around. Yeah. and I go downstairs down this back exit. Actually, I saw a bit more of this chicken factory. It's just I saw this massive refrigerator. That's what we were building upstairs.
Yeah.
Essentially it was like a refrigerated graveyard for chicken. It just hung up.
Yeah.
Like rail after rail after rail of just fucking chicken. That's what it was, a big fridge. And I saw that, it just chickens just flying round all the time, mate. It's crazy. And I take this like sort of back route. I thought, not been down here before. Why not? I'm sure I'll find my way back. It's probably the worst mistake of my life. And I go down these stairs, right? These sort of emergency exit sort of stairs. I come down and there's like, as you come out, and where I wanted to go was just straight left. This thing I saw was to the right.
Yeah.
And I believe the room to the right was the kill room, I think. Anyway, I hear this noise, just like a trickling noise. I'm like, what the fuck's that? Just being curious.
Yeah.
It's like that morbid curiosity.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what disgusting thing am I going to see next here?
Well, you've got to investigate.
It's like, you just can't help it,
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like looking at spot squeezing videos,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
grim, but you just can't stop.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, right, fuck it, let's have a look. It's knocking me sick now, mate, honestly. Yeah. Like, walk around this corner and I look at this, there's a lorry there. And there's like these two cylinders at the back of it. And it was like just blood pouring out of the back of it. Like it was there. Like the lorry had been designed so you could easily wash out these lorries or whatever. And it was just like this watered down blood just pissing out the back of these cylinders. That's not the worst thing. It was just something else. I was like, fucking hell, what the fuck is that? But there's also just bits of, like I said, just bits of organ coming out. The odd bit of fucking, fucking intestine or whatever coming out of these things.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was in there, but it was. And when I looked towards me right, and I shit you not, mate, right, there was just a big fucking plastic tub of like just guts, like actual feces, like just feet, blood, and it was like probably the size of your desk to the wall, mate.
Right.
About yay high, like that.
So like 2 meters.
Yeah, something like that. 2 meters by 2 meters. And it was just filled to the brim of just shite. Like organs.
Just the worst things
you
could imagine.
It was just, I was looking at it in disbelief. I was like, it was like, what the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck, mate? What is this place? Why is my chicken coming from here, man? Honestly. It's just, yeah, I run out of words to describe the place.
There's only so many words.
Yeah.
So many synonyms for fucking awful.
Oh, mate, it was fucking fucked.
Yeah,
man.
I remember you telling me about it, and I remember what were you.
Oh, did I tell you about that?
Yeah, I remember you telling me in the pub.
Yeah.
I think it must have been. I don't know when it was afterwards, but yeah, I could tell that like it impacted.
It
you
shook me. Yeah.
Like there was gym before that event, and there's gym after that event. in a way.
It's like I'd gone off to war and become a different man.
Yeah. He's not smiled since the incident.
Yeah, he did. Fucking hell. You got any other questions like about the place?
Well, I suppose I mean, now that like you've sort of been there, do you feel like it's set you up for, like what you're on with now, and not just in the technical aspects of like being a good electrician, but also, do you think about it sometimes when you're starting when you just recently started your new job?
Yeah.
Is it like, is it in your mind like, fucking hell, this is still hard work, but at least I'm not back there in the trenches.
This time last year, I was a lot less happy than I was now.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, I was honestly, I was pretty fucking miserable this time last year. For a large majority of last year, I was pretty fucking miserable. Like, but I like now, like I'm getting a lot of fulfillment at the moment. Like, I'm being left on my own to do things. Lad I'm working with trusts me a lot more. Trust me more, and you can, I feel like I'm doing pretty well at the moment. I'm pretty fucking happy. Like, I'm doing a lot of hours and that, but it's we have a good laugh. One thing about this job actually is I have a proper good fucking laugh. Like, I have a really funny time sometimes. Like, there's a lot of characters on my site, and like, you have a good laugh. Like, other people I've worked with, I've never fucking like, I've been alright with them and that, but I've never fucking like been, nearly in tears laughing.
Yeah.
Like, and I've had that a few times already. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I feel like, I don't know, it's like, there isn't a lot now that can faze me.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of people I've worked with some proper fucking arseholes. I've worked with some weird people who are hard to figure out. I've worked with some knobhead bosses, for some knobhead bosses. I've obviously been to some pretty dire places.
Yeah, you've worked in bad environments, bad people.
Just generally, ever since I've left school, pretty much, I've dealt with just a lot of what's the word?
Shit,
just inconveniences, just fucking life just knocking you back, and
just getting mucked about in general. I think you generally. I mean, that's another thing with that chicken factory job. Not actually the chicken factory, but the company you work for. I mean, I know you got like they laid you off, didn't they, for like, very weak reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think that was? Do you want to talk about that a bit?
Can't do, mate. Yeah.
Because that was in a way that was like the shit experience topped off with a nice
bit of, there's a cherry on top.
With a nice bit of slime.
Like, honestly, the week after the chicken factory finished, the Wednesday, and my boss was quite an old geezer. That company is quite an old, but he's obviously been there since the start. It was his company. He can't quite let go, so he's in for Monday, Tuesday, half a Wednesday, and what he does is he gets me out, and he's not in Thursday, Friday. He goes to the fucking lakes or something like that.
Right. So he's half retired, isn't he?
Yeah, he's half retired. And what he does is I'm going to the office on Wednesday, and he's like, just calls me back for a sec, and like him and another lad, who I quite liked actually. He was on the tools not long after he moved into the office, and some other woman was there called, I won't say her name, but she was there, and she was just like a part-time accountant, and she was massively involved in my laying off.
Right, yeah.
And they just come round like, I'm really sorry, James, but we're going to have to let you go. And I was just like, you what? I thought they were joking. I was like, why? Because I'd had a review from my training board, and the person I was working with gave me a really good review. He was like, fucking, he's a nice lad. He's a bit rough round the edges and that, just due to, but I think that's due to, his last experiences. you know, he's keen and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, just a pretty good review.
yeah.
Bit of room for improvement. Nothing shockingly bad or anything. Got pretty good grades on it because you get graded on it.
Well, you were an apprentice at that point. You've not been doing the job for a long, had you? So
it was like, you know, you got graded on like punctuality, attitude, all this shit. I got like A's and B's and that, so I was like, that's an alright review, that. You know, I'm obviously settled in here.
Yeah.
That's what I fucking thought. And it turns out that this fella I was working for just wrote a nice review because he was too nice. He just wasn't honest, and just sort of, he just kind of said, yeah, you know, he said, it's like, they said to me, it's like, you are a nice lad, but you know, we just don't think you fit in here, basically. I was just like, why? Laid me off, I go, and like, my dad's fucking pissed off, so he's like, right, fucking, this is a joke, this. So I'm like, right, we'll take you back on, but we want to see some improvements. Like, right, well, but I can't improve just straight away. Come back for 2 weeks, went to college for 3 weeks, and then that week after I come back from college, fucking potted me again for like fuck all, basically. Like, they give me some bollocks excuse on, like, they saw me go up a ladder sideways against the wall.
Yeah.
Working on a ladder side when you should really have it face on.
No, you told me about this, yeah.
Yeah, and there was something else about a massive drum of cable.
I tell you, I've never actually heard that. I've worked up ladders at my gaff.
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone say you've got to work on ladders.
So
like
they kind of just got rid of me on
bollocks.
health and safety, which is just shite. They basically just brought me in cheap labour for a chicken factory.
That's just what I was going to
thought
say.
They could just hire and fire me. It's like, but you can't just do that to apprentices.
I think that's quite blatant, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, like a week after the chicken factory, you get binned off. After a decent review, you know.
Yeah.
After a good review, you know, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing.
Yeah. And that review wasn't long before they potted me. It was like maybe a month before, something like that.
So it's obviously bollocks, isn't it? Yeah, like, you definitely got absolutely fucked back. That place got you for cheap labour.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, so you've had that, and as well. I think one thing I always thought was like, what was it? Was it Ryan who was working like? He was doing concerts, wasn't he? I think he was like comedians.
Oh yeah, Ryan. Yeah.
And I remember
he was
we were
doing. Yeah, he was doing.
And he was telling us about like
stages.
Who he met.
Yeah.
Didn't he meet some comedian or something, or you know? And he was doing like stage lighting,
stages,
and he was like meeting famous people, and he was like living this fucking roadie lifestyle almost.
Yeah.
And I always remember feeling like fucking.
That was a really crap job though. That
was it. Actually,
it was very badly quit. That's why I'm working with him now at this other place.
Fair enough. But I just at the time, maybe I got the right.
Honestly, it sounded
when
when he
really
explained
great,
it to me, I was like, "Fuck hell!" Because he met who was it? He met fucking that boxer Ricky Hatton. He met Ricky because he did his birthday party, something like that. But yeah, he was meeting all these, setting up big stages and that.
Yeah.
But there was his boss was an arsehole.
Yeah.
Didn't pay properly. Like, he's always trying to shaft people on wages.
Really?
Didn't really do that much electrical work. He was basically just used as a labourer. And I think the story goes is he apparently, like, the boss just said, "Oh, Ryan, just fuck off and clean the storeroom," or something like that, because he asked him, "Is there anything I can do?" And he was just an arsehole and said, "Oh, fuck off and do that." And he just went,
not on that,
and he just said, "You know what?" Took his hoodie off. He just went, "Fucking do it yourself." Threw the hoodie at him. Like, I worked with someone who actually saw Ryan do that.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking hell, he actually did it. Like, fuck me.
I think sometimes you've got to do it.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
I'll tell you what, I wish I did it when I was at my previous, my first company, but I was so young and so scared of fucking, losing
I know,
college.
You're not there with it. You need that confidence. I know, that's one sort of funny thing, I guess. Like, you need that confidence to just be able to, your time is worth something. Your time really is worth a hell of a lot. Yeah. A lot of time it's worth more than you sort of think it is, I think. And you can't take shit from people. I mean, like, all right, it's paying you wage, you know, you're there to do a job, but there just comes a point where it's just, you know, you're just not getting your money's worth, are you?
I'll tell you one something satisfying I actually learned this past few weeks. Well, since I've been at this new firm, the guy I'm working with used to be my old boss's apprentice.
Oh yeah,
You know, at the sandcastle and all that.
yeah, the first place you worked.
And apparently, he was a shit electrician, and he was lazy.
Yeah.
Like, apparently, he just used to do jobbing around. Like,
Yeah.
he used to just sit in the van. He said, "Oh, go and sort that fucking socket out," which the guy I'm working with now didn't mind because he was learning and getting experience, getting confident and that. But he would just sit in the van, do the paperwork, off to the next job, go on, sort it, you know, like that. And it was so satisfying to hear that he was a shit, lazy electrician.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
he
you
always
can tell
made out like he was a fucking bollocks.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
It is amazing that, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, you just get. He's obviously just been a shithead from day one.
Yeah, he's always been a cunt. Yeah.
He's just. There's no change in him, you know.
Yeah.
He just. You can't help it in a way. Like that's just how he's flipping programmed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bet that was pretty good. In a way, I suppose. Do you feel like I'm going to phrase this again like an interviewer? Do you feel like you got a bit of closure from that? You know, do you feel like that sort of rounded your story off a little bit?
It was just satisfying, mate.
Yeah.
Like, to hear. To be honest, I feel like I've just outgrown them all so much. All the people I've worked with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially at that first firm. Like, because I actually saw my old boss in the pub a bit ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, we're still at the sandcastle, and you know, we're very quiet. We, you know, we've not got a lot on at the moment. We've only got 3 electricians on. Like, and I was like, the guy, there's 2 people I work with who are still there.
Yeah.
When I went there was originally 5. Me, his son, thingy, and his other son come in at the start but left and went to another company. His other son, he had 2 sons who did electrics. But how many left? 2 left. The massive arsehole I used to work with left as soon as I left, pretty much, which was annoying. Another lad left maybe a couple months before I packed it in. And it's like, it's so nice to hear that, you know, I liked his sons actually. I got on really well with his son who worked there properly.
Yeah.
Like, I'd always try and work with him as much, even though he wasn't. To be fair, he wasn't the best electrician. He was a bit late. He probably took it off his dad.
Yeah. He was probably doing the best with the genetics. Yeah.
He was a bit lazy. He couldn't. You could tell he wasn't that arsed about it. But he tried to teach me as much as he knew. You know, he did his best. And I just enjoyed working because I just got on with him, and he didn't fucking bollock me all the time. And you know, obviously sometimes you need a bollocking and that, but you know, you're just getting fucking shit all the time. You don't want to work with them people. And like, it's just so satisfying to hear that the other arsehole I work with who's still there is just going to the fucking sandcastle every day, 8 till 5, still doing it since I've left. And you know, he's still just doing little bits around the sandcastle. You know, it's just like I'm just so much better than you. You know what I mean?
Fuck
like,
you, yeah. Good for you, mate. Good for you.
Like, since I left Dale Hopkins, I've fucking worked on a fucking chicken factory.
Yeah. Done different types of work.
You know what I mean?
Well, you're a bit fucking interesting, aren't you? That's the end of it. That's always it for me, I think. You know, as long as you're interesting, that's it. It doesn't matter. You've been through a bit of shit.
Yeah.
Great, because you know, but as long as you've come through it and you've changed it up, and you've I mean, in a way, I suppose what you've done is a bit dangerous. You know, you've sort of, you're living on the edge in a way.
Oh yeah.
In a way, you know, because you're moving around and doing different jobs and that, and I guess your future's been sort of up in the air in a way.
Yeah.
When you got.
So I was very close to actually just packing it in.
Yeah.
So I was just like, fuck me, I'm sick of getting fucking laid off. Just couldn't find the right place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was so close, but then Ryan messaged me. He's like, "Oh, the apprentice who worked here quit.
Yeah.
Do you need some work and that?" I was like, "Fucking damn right." Oh yeah, I feel like I'm pretty settled there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I know it sounds like it. Yeah. You don't seem as like sort of pissed off with it all.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I think that's it, innit? Just finding a place. I mean, I think I think I've been sort of quite lucky in like the first place I've started working. I've just sort of fit in with it all. But that's one thing. Yeah. In a way, I'm sort of looking like, someone's gonna try and make me do some shit job that I shouldn't be doing, and I'm gonna fucking kick off and not, I'm gonna. It's just never happened. I've been treated dead well. Bastards. They've robbed me of the apprenticeship experience. But no, it's good, isn't it?
And I'll tell you what, another thing I've really come to enjoy. For the first time in my apprenticeship, I'm a little bit higher up the food chain.
Bit senior, yeah.
Because there's other first year apprentices there. And I'm just like, you fancy making me a brew, mate? It's refreshing. It's quite nice.
I can believe that. I mean, I know.
I still do the tidying up and fucking, bits and pieces.
Yeah, you still do the sort of grind.
I don't do fucking labouring or anything
I know. I feel a little bit like that in a way. I know when I go to college, even though where everyone's like, all the apprentices are just apprentices, because I sort of know what I'm doing as well. I'm almost like a little bit senior, but at work, yeah, it's nice just to be treated. Just for people to sort of know that you're competent, I think is worth a lot, innit?
Yeah.
Makes you feel.
Well, that's what I've experienced, mate.
Yeah, so I know exactly what you're sort of going through with it. I mean, when people just let you, they trust you to do a job on your own. I remember the first job I sort of did on my own back, and I was a bit like nervous about it and a bit, and maybe it was the same for you. I don't know, but like for me, I thought it was like my whole world for a couple of days. It was like I closed my eyes and I was like thinking about this job that I had on that was like mine, and I sort of did it, and I was like chuffed with it. I was chuffed to bits, and it was just like, I put it all together, and I got this. It was a machine that I was doing. I had to there was a bit that got crumpled by a forklift, and I had to just redesign it, draw it up, send it off to, and we'd manufacture a new part for it. And I did it, and it worked. And I got it all screwed together, and got it all working in that. And I was like absolutely buzzing off my tits. It was like a big achievement in my life in a way.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, it's a good job that, Cliff. Yeah, nice. I got a decent bit of praise for it. But and then just like work carried on. That was what you just sort of keep going. It was like dead interesting. It felt kind of good in a way because it was just sort of. I was finally sort of competent, and I finally sort of realised, like, I can actually do this. It's pretty good. And I don't know if you've had that.
I've had that recently, to be honest. I've had it before. When you do so, like, I feel like I've come on a lot, actually, the past month or so.
Yeah.
Like, I've done some jobs. What was it? It was a bit of a tricky bit of fucking wiring, actually. It was like I had to wire an emergency light.
Yeah.
From door to door, inside and outside.
Right.
And we'd ran the cable in already, and it was in there, it was like in a little, where the door's going, like that area in between the wall, the cable's there, and it was pretty hard to get in. I was like, right, how the fuck am I going to wire this? So I had to drill a hole all the way through. That took fucking ages. Drill the hole, I was like, but I was just like, how the fuck am I going to get a cable through there and back to the other end? I was like, how am I going to do that? So I'll go up to the guy I'm working with. I was like, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this. And he went, look, mate, you're a third-year apprentice. Through working with you this past month, I know you can do that. Just have a think about it. I was like, right, okay. And I figured it out, and I did it. I was like, I wanted to just scream like, and the
Yeah.
fucking bollocks
Yeah.
me. I was like fucking buzzing. He was just, I went, oh, I've done it. He was like, nice one, mate. I knew you could do it. And it's like, it's also who you work with as well.
It's true.
You know, it's like,
I think as well, like I know, in a way you sort of expect like, oh, I've done it, and it's like it's so important to you, and you expect everyone to sing your praises. You know, everyone have a big song and dance about how fucking powerful you are. But like in a way, I felt sort of better that it was just like,
it's your own little victory.
no, yeah, it was like nonchalantly, but they sort of took it in the stride, like they sort of expected it from you. You know what I mean? In a way, that's better because you didn't surprise anyone with how good you were. You know, it was sort of. There's quite a lot of nuance to that. I think it's quite a special little sort of moment in your development. I think.
Yeah.
When you have that first moment, it's just part of being an adult, isn't it? You know, because I think that is sort of the first time where I've sort of felt, in a way, these past. I couldn't pinpoint one specific time, but like I feel that in this past year, working finally, I've made the transition from like child to adult properly.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been working since I left school, mate.
You have actually, yeah. You probably
fairly.
You probably hit that before me. I know, because I was. At college, I was pretty much living like I was at school still.
Yeah. It was pretty fucking easy for you, wasn't it?
It was pretty easy. I mean, it was quite sort of shit, but it was easy. You know, it was a decent bit of work. It wasn't so much that, but it was like. It wasn't long hours. That was the thing. It was quite a lot. It was a bit of a. In a way, that's its own topic. I won't get into it, but it's it's interesting. This the chicken factory.
Yeah,
it was like it was your Vietnam. Like it was. It was the sort of a bit of a defining moment for you.
Yeah. How long should we do this for, mate? Are we going to make it 2 parts?
I think we're coming to a close on this one, aren't we? We're almost hour and 10 minutes.
Should we just go for another 10 minutes and then?
Well,
is there any other questions just generally about where I've worked, some whatever? I don't know.
I've run out.
Yeah.
I think you told us about all your funny experiences, haven't you? All the interesting little things. So I don't know. I'm happy. I think this podcast, maybe we can shut the book on that.
Yeah, shut the book on that.
There we go.
Chicken factory saga.
I suppose we've immortalised. We'll probably. That's interesting, actually. We'll probably listen to this years in the future and be fascinated.
Yeah.
Because we'll probably go through a whole different set of bloody changes and experiences.
Yeah.
In the next couple of years, won't we?
Do we have any emails? I'm not even fucking checked, mate.
All right, go on. I'll make a quick cut. Transition. So we've not got any emails.
Fuck's sake.
So this is the time where we ask you to